Welcome to our latest episode on yourtherapysource.com, the podcast dedicated to helping students thrive in and out of the classroom. Today, we're diving into a topic that's critical for every young mind's development, critical thinking for kids. Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time you faced a problem or had to make a significant decision? How did you approach it? Did you weigh the pros and cons, seek advice, or maybe list out all possible outcomes? That process, my friends, is critical thinking at work. It's a skill we use daily, often without even realizing it. Why is critical thinking important for kids? In today's fast-paced, information-rich world, critical thinking is more important than ever. It's not just about solving math problems or deciding which science project to do. It's about teaching our kids to navigate a sea of information, to differentiate between what's factual and what's not, and to develop their own reasoned judgments. Critical thinking empowers children to understand the world around them better. It helps them make informed decisions, solve problems creatively, and navigate the complexities of various viewpoints. In essence, it prepares them for the real world, which is full of challenges and decisions. Developing critical thinking skills in kids. So, how do we help our kids develop these essential skills? It starts with fostering an environment that encourages curiosity and questioning. Let them know it's perfectly okay not to have all the answers. Exploring questions can often lead to a deeper understanding and learning. As adults, we play a crucial role. We can model critical thinking by sharing our thought processes, involving kids in decisions, and encouraging them to think about how they arrived at their conclusions. It's also vital to make learning relevant by connecting school lessons to the real world, showing them that what they learn has practical applications. Critical thinking in the classroom, engaging through games. One of the most effective ways to develop critical thinking is through games and activities. They're not just fun, they're educational tools that challenge students to think differently, to collaborate, and to solve problems. Let's explore a few examples. Puzzles. These are fantastic for teaching pattern recognition, strategic thinking, and patience. Every attempt, whether successful or not, is a learning opportunity. Role-playing games. By stepping into someone else's shoes, children learn to think on their feet, consider different perspectives, and understand the consequences of their decisions. Math and science games. These can demystify subjects that many find intimidating, making them accessible and fun while sharpening analytical skills. Creative and problem-solving activities. Encouraging creativity isn't just about art. It's a critical component of critical thinking. Whether it's through storytelling, building projects, or brainstorming sessions, creative activities provide children with a sandbox to explore different solutions. Here are more creative critical thinking questions designed to spark imagination, provoke inquiry, and encourage deeper thinking in kids. Each question is followed by prompts to help guide their thought process further. If you could design a new school subject, what would it be and why? What skills or knowledge would students gain from this subject? How would it benefit them in their daily lives and future careers? Imagine you've discovered a new planet. What is the most surprising thing about it? Describe the creatures that live there. How do they interact with their environment? What kind of weather does your planet have, and how do the inhabitants adapt to it? If you could create a new holiday, what would it celebrate and how? What traditions or activities would people do on this day? How would your holiday promote positive values or behaviors? Think of an invention that could help protect the environment. What is it and how does it work? Who would use your invention and how would it change their habits? What challenges might you face in convincing people to use your invention? If you had the power to change one law of nature, what would it be and what effects would it have? How would animals, plants, and humans adapt to this new law? Could there be any unintended consequences of this change? Design a game that teaches players about kindness. What are the rules? How do players win, and what do they learn in the process? Can you think of a way to include players who typically have a hard time in competitive games? Imagine a world where everyone has the same dream at night. What is the dream about? How would this shared dream experience affect society and relationships? Would people interpret the dream differently? Why or why not? If you could communicate with plants, what would you ask them? What do you think plants would want to tell humans? How could this ability change the way we care for our environment? Create a superhero whose main power is empathy. What adventures do they go on? How does their power help them solve problems? What challenges do they face, and how do they overcome them? If you could build a machine that does one chore for you, what would it do and how would it work? Why is this chore important, and how would having it done automatically affect your daily life? How would you make your machine environmentally friendly? These questions encourage kids to blend creativity with critical thinking, pushing them to consider not just the immediate implications of their ideas, but the broader impact on society, the environment, and interpersonal relationships. Encouraging children to explore such questions can foster a mindset that values thoughtful inquiry, imaginative problem solving, and ethical reasoning. Developing critical thinking skills is a gift that will keep on giving throughout a child's life. It's not just about academic success. It's about preparing them to be thoughtful, curious, and informed individuals ready to tackle the challenges of the world. As educators, parents, and mentors, we have a golden opportunity to integrate these playful yet profoundly educational activities into our teaching and parenting styles. By doing so, we're not just teaching them to think, we're teaching them to think well. Thank you for joining us on this journey to unlock the potential of critical thinking in our children. Remember, every question they ask, every problem they ponder, is a step towards becoming more thoughtful, independent thinkers. Here at Your Therapy Source, we're dedicated to helping you guide them on this path to success. Until next time, keep nurturing those young minds and let's create a brighter future, one critical thought at a time. Visit Your Therapy Source to get a printable copy of this information.